The business headlines with Matthew Warren. Welcome back, Matthew. Now we're going to start, of course, with Twitter. That is the big news of the day.
Certainly is. Big news of the day. We've been expecting this for a while. This is about the company going public, listing on the stock market. Now it's been confirmed. Now it's been an eagerly awaited flotation for the technology sector, and it's a chance for Twitter to build on its rapid growth since its launch back in 2006. Well, Siobhan Silk has the details.
Twitter is going public. The announcement came, of course, via a tweet. The microblogging site, which is expected to earn over $500 million in revenues this year, has been valued privately at up to $14 billion. In 7 years, Twitter has become one of the top 10 most visited sites and one of the top 3 social networks, and is dominant on mobile platforms. It lets celebrities speak directly to their legions of fans, but it's also an important news-breaking site and an essential for campaigners and even revolutionaries. The IPO could bring major rewards for loyal staff and for early investors, but most importantly, it will help Twitter to fund innovation and its continued expansion. Recently, it spent a reported $350 million buying MoPub, a company that helps mobile app developers manage their ad inventory, which ties in well with Twitter's revenue-generating streams. As one of the dominant social networks, Twitter's IPO will be one of the most anticipated since that of behemoth Facebook last year. That created a frenzy among investors, but the share price lost half its initial value within months. It's since made a recovery. Shares are again trading above the initial price of $38. But Twitter's low-key announcement, which was followed up by another short tweet showing business as usual, could be a sign that the company wants to avoid the hype that went with Facebook's entry onto the Nasdaq.
Well, Siobhan Silk reporting there. And Twitter, not the only company planning to float. Hilton Hotels also hoping to raise $1.25 billion with a stock market listing. It's currently owned by the investment company Blackstone. Blackstone bought that company, Hilton, in 2007 for $25 billion.
Well, meanwhile, computer maker Dell is going in the opposite direction. Founder Michael Dell has got shareholder approval to take the company off the stock market. He and the investment firm Silver Lake are buying it for $25 billion. Dell says he wants to rebuild the business away from investor scrutiny.
And the British telecoms company Vodafone can go ahead with its takeover of the cable operator Kabel Deutschland. Now, that follows approval from shareholders in the German company for the €7.7 billion offer. But the deal still needs to get regulatory approval from the European Commission.
Now, give us an idea, Matthew, of how the market's looking this morning.
Yes, take a look at how things are wrapping up in Asia. They've had a pretty good week, actually, so far, but we're seeing a few slipping back, as you can see there in this Friday session. A quieter session overall. Just the Nikkei there managing to creep up into a very, very slight positive territory.
And we're going to finish, Matthew, this morning with some news from the film industry.
Yes, we are. Now, shares in Walt Disney, of course, makes films as well as having theme parks as well. They got a boost of about 2.4% on Thursday. Now, that followed news that the company plans a $6 to $8 billion share buyback. Now, share buybacks usually help support the value of shares. Disney also promising more growth ahead. You might remember they bought Lucasfilm last year, and Disney still planning to release the first in a new series of Star Wars films in 2015. And on the film subject, news for fans of films involving wizards. I'm not sure if that includes you, Melissa, but fans of the Harry Potter films, of course, suffering withdrawal symptoms after the 8th and final film hit the screens. I think that was in 2011. But, well, we saw J.K. Rowling there. There's some good news because Warner Brothers has teamed up with her. She wrote the Harry Potter books, of course. Now, they're planning a new set of films. They won't include Harry Potter, but they will include lots of wizardry things. The first will be based on a wizarding textbook that she wrote in 2001, which had a strange title of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. And this deal could be huge. Will extend to theme parks, video games, other products as well. Not really my cup of tea, but I know it's very, because in fact that Harry Potter series was the biggest grossing series of films ever.
So it's definitely pretty popular out
Absolutely.
there, whatever we make of it. Now, we've been talking, of course, Twitter, Matthew, and people can follow you there.
That's right, they can. We're talking lots of Twitter. Don't forget, we're all there to follow. I'm on Matthew France 24. Melissa, you're there too, and I spotted you have many more followers than me. Melissa Bell F24, and it wouldn't be right not to mention our producer as well, Chris Bauer. You can find him KRS Bauer for the most entertaining of all, I'm
They're
sure.
pretty entertaining. Talks a lot of nonsense in real life. Fairly sensible on Twitter. Thank you very much indeed, Matthew, for all of that, the latest business headlines. Time now for web news. We're going to begin with those clashes in Turkey that followed the death of a protester on Monday night.
As we can see from these amateur pictures shared on social networks, thousands have taken part in demonstrations across Turkey after a young protester was killed on Monday during clashes with police in the south of the country. Web users have been circulating calls to protest on Facebook to pay tribute to Ahmet Atakan, the sixth protester to have died since the start of the anti-government protests in June. And Twitter users have been sharing these messages written in the first person on behalf of the 22-year-old protester. Tweets that claim the police killed him when they threw a tear gas grenade at him, hitting him in the head. But the Turkish authorities have put forward a different version of events, posting a statement online which claims Ahmet Atakan died after he fell from a building whilst throwing stones at police. Police are under increasing scrutiny from web users who, in videos like these ones, denounce the excessive use of force. We see footage of clashes between protesters and police, apparently filmed in Istanbul on Tuesday in the vicinity of Taksim Square, the epicentre of the anti-government protests that began 3 months ago, a movement that appears to have found second wind. Iran's new president, Hassan Rouhani, who was elected in June, has been encouraging his ministers to open accounts on social networks in a bid to improve the country's image, a request that government officials have been quick to execute. All 15 members of Iran's cabinet have started their own Facebook account in recent weeks, some already drawing thousands of likes from all over the world. Pages that see the oil, finance and also transport ministers share information regarding government activity or discussing a variety of international issues. The authorities have even published a list of some 20 Iranian public figures to follow on the social network. It includes all the highly placed and influential ministers and political advisors. Twitter is also becoming increasingly popular among officials, starting with the president himself or the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Javad Zarif. They both tweet in English so as to reach a maximum number of web users. A growing presence on social networks for government officials, despite the fact that most people in Iran cannot access these sites as they are banned in the Islamic Republic. Attention all space exploration enthusiasts. NASA has joined Instagram. The American agency opened its official account on the photo sharing platform last week and has been posting spectacular shots like we see here, giving web users unprecedented views of Earth and our solar system. The account is already proving highly popular with some 140,000 followers and counting. The Animal Mashups Twitter account opened at the beginning of September has been enjoying massive success. It already has around 60,000 followers and features countless brilliantly produced photo montages of animal mashups, like the duckle, the bear shark, or the lion arf. These incredible and somewhat offbeat creations are something else indeed. Create a mobile phone that lasts. Dutch designer Dave Hackens is currently working on this ambitious project. It's called Phone Blocks, and in this video he gives us an introduction to what it's all about. The phone is made of detachable blocks that are all connected to the base, and which each serve a separate purpose within the smartphone. When one of the pieces becomes obsolete or ceases to function, it can be easily replaced without having to throw away the entire phone, meaning it can last forever. And it would seem web users are keen, as a presentation video has racked up over 3 million views in just 2 days.
Or if something breaks, you can easily replace it with a new one, or update it with the latest version.
Well, that was Web News, 25 minutes past 8. Coming up, we're going to get all the very latest from India as the country awaits the sentencing of 4 men convicted of the rape and murder of a student last year. We'll be speaking to our correspondent in Delhi. And in sports, we're going to be having a look at football with Paris Saint-Germain preparing to take on Bordeaux. Do stay tuned.